welcome everyone to another episode of Watch Soup. We missed you guys last week. That's partly my fault. But we're here this week. Clayton, the Watchdog podcast, as my co-host. How you doing, my friend? What are you wearing? What are you up to? Talk to me.
I'm doing well. Went into New York City on Friday night with my neighbor. We went to see the legendary director John Carpenter. He composed most of the scores for his films, like Halloween, Escape from New York, The Thing. Yeah, all those movies. So what he does is he's in a band with his son. There's like a six-piece band,
Wow.
guitarist, synthesizer, a couple piano, drums, and they perform the scores from his films. And they show
Awesome.
the part of the movie, and they play along to it. So it's really
That's so
cool. Yeah, we
cool.
went to check that out at the in Queens. I was telling you in
Yeah.
New York City. Never really been to that part of New York City, so it was really cool. We did a meet and greet too. So I posted, if you follow me on
Yep.
Facebook, I posted a picture of meeting John Carpenter. He was really nice. We got a signed poster and a shirt and like a commemorative ticket. It was really like a neat little deal there. And then we got in early as well. I would say it was a really good crowd. It got really hot in there. There's a lot of people just pushed up together. But yeah, it was a big crowd. And just people dressed up like Michael Myers and
Yeah.
everything. And then yeah, then we stayed over Friday night, watched the Tigers all 15 innings. Just that was crushing. And then came back Saturday, and then I ran a marathon on Sunday. So kind of burned the candle at both ends. But hey, live life while you can, man.
Yeah, man, you're a beast, dude. That's that's quite
Not
impressive. That's
feeling like a beast. Not feeling like a beast the
yeah.
last couple days.
Yeah, it catches up to you, right? Especially
Yeah.
at our age. Anyway, what do you got on wrist tonight?
I bought a new watch, and
What?
I decided to go a little weird. I
Oh,
saw this
okay.
come up on Topper a few weeks ago, and I just had Jay like put it on hold. So
Let's see it.
yeah, it's something. I wanted to check out this brand a long time. They make something called the Tellurium. I don't know if they're an independent or a micro brand or what you'd say, but it's a Space One carbon fiber
Oh
jumping
yeah,
hour.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like the Debatoon Dream Watch, except
sure.
about $200,000 less. So yeah, it's really cool. I just got it in today. I've never had a forged carbon watch before. Never really had this complication before. So I'm
It's
really
so
liking
cool.
it. It wears well. Yeah,
Yeah,
for as odd as it is. Yeah, it wears well. So I'm digging it. I like it. It's Halloweeny too, the orange
yeah,
and black. So
yeah.
I like it.
I had something similar with the Romain Gautier, the spacecraft that had the jumping hour as well. It kind of looked like that kind of shape, or some sort of shape like that.
Yeah,
But it's such a cool watch.
yeah,
Such a cool watch, man. And
yeah. I like it.
Um, yeah, it's so cool to have something like, different. That's what to me, that's what like collecting is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something that's so like, not your typical three-hander,
yeah.
and having one of those in the collection, I think is just like it's a must. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I've been looking at these for a long time, and yeah, I've never really had. Well, I guess I've had like the GP, but I've never had
Yeah,
anything like this. That's a little tells time a little differently. Yeah, like
yeah.
the Romain Jerome you had, or something like in that vein. So saw this come
What
up,
did
and
I say? Did I say Romain Gautier? I remember Romain Jerome. That's
you
what I meant.
wish.
Yeah, I wish. I totally wish. Hey, I got the says. I mean, this is my jam.
Yep,
This is my jam
cool.
for like a really well. All right,
What do
for
those go for? What do those go for? Like a pre-owned, if you wanted one. What's
I
a good
mean
price?
mid threes.
Okay.
I mean, if you're patient enough on their eBay page, you can get that. You can
Somebody
get that.
posted one in a watch group I'm in today for like 450 pre-owned. I thought that was a little high.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, especially since I know you can get them for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like obviously on eBay. But yeah, yeah. I mean, like I would say like mid threes. That's a good price. I think I may have even gotten this for like 306. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So
Brand
yeah,
new or like whatever they
yeah.
refurbished or whatever it is.
I mean,
Return.
yeah. It just doesn't come with that original case. It comes with a regular like cardboard Citizen box. You're
Yeah.
very very nondescript. But but it doesn't come with the original box for one. But whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It don't matter. All right. Hey, let's say hello to some of the guys on chat. This is a big week, by the way, Clayton. I think I know you know this, but it's watch time and wind up this weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of guys going to be flying in. I'll be there on Saturday, bright and early with Bobby Legs Jr. and going to check out watch time and wind up, and then I'll just gauge his stamina, how he feels like, and if he feels like going on, then we will. But very very excited to see a lot of the guys, some of whom who are in the chat, like Marcel, and he's going to be there, so he's coming up all the way from where he lives. I missed him last year, but I'm hoping to meet up with him. Hey Nate Dog, what's going on? Good to see you. Wade Ben's here, he'll be there too. Maison is here. uh, Dib will be there as well. I hopefully see Dib this weekend. Um, is it another picky Fortis watch? I think he's making fun of you.
Oh yeah, the what? Oh yeah, the one you lick. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
No, no, I wish.
thought about boycotting after last week's no show, but giving you guys, well, thanks Wolfgang, thanks for giving us another chance. Hey Caliber, good to see you here. Raphael is here. How you doing? Peter C, congratulations, Clayton.
Thank you. Thanks, Peter.
And Nathan, all the way from Brisbane, Australia. Wow, we are
Whoa.
being watched
So what is
around
it,
the
like
world.
11 o'clock tomorrow morning there? You're in the
Yes,
future.
it's like 7 o'clock Friday or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's Tuesday there.
Yeah, yeah.
Next
Um,
next Tuesday.
yeah. All right. Hey, so let's jump in right into the soup. We're gonna go with my pick, and it's Federico Talks Watches, and he had a video week and a half ago about I would take this watch over Patek or AP, and this is his typical, ask me anything video where he puts up the notification on Instagram, and then people ask him questions, and then he does a video for him. And Rafael in Argentina, so in the two southern hemisphere
Yeah,
viewers today. Great, that's awesome.
we're
Um,
international.
International. Okay, so I'm gonna go over. I think like most of the questions. I'm not gonna go like there's a couple that I just didn't really wasn't interested in talking about, but we'll go through some of the Q&A here. His first one, and I'll just put it up here. The Tudor 1926 Luna, interesting timepiece, or uh, out of Tudor's comfort zone, or blah. That was a question posed to Fed, and Fed, he said he likes it. He likes it. He's a big fan of the Moonface. So am I, actually. Although he doesn't really think this one is that great, he does think the complication on a bracelet is interesting. I guess we typically see. I never really thought about this, but a lot of them moon phase watches are in dressier pieces, and you see them more on leather bands than you do on bracelet. So this is compelling to Federico. He is happy to see it. Maybe Tudor can show Rolex a thing or two about putting moon phases on watches, right? Um, his philosophy is there can never be enough moon phase. What do you think about moon phase in general, Clayton, and this watch in particular?
I think it's a pretty cool complication. I owned the Oris Datwat, which does it in a different way. I've never really had a traditional moon phase complication. I don't know. This watch didn't wow me necessarily, but I think
Mm-hmm.
some of the hate it got was a little much or unwarranted. Like we always rip on Tudor, Black Bay, Black Bay, Black Bay. Then they do
Yeah.
something else, and then oh, it's bargain bin or bargain whatever. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I didn't. I'm indifferent about this watch, but I don't think it deserved all the hate it got necessarily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, my whole thing, and I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record. If you're gonna do a moon phase, do a moon phase, do a big moon phase, and this is big enough, right? This
Yeah.
is, not like the little small little moon phase in the corner of the dial. This is a pretty substantial moon phase out there. Not the biggest moon phase that we'll see, but hey, it's worthy of discussion. Yeah, I mean, like, but other than that, like this watch doesn't really do it for me either.
No, I
You
wouldn't
know,
buy one. I wouldn't buy one.
and I think I know what it is. I think the date window kind of kills it for me.
I think
I,
so too. It would look
I'm
so much better without it.
Yeah, yeah, and look, I'm not opposed. I like having a date window. I mean, like, but there's like a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it. And look, if they really, I guess they had no choice in putting it where they put it. If they wanted that date to be on this watch here, and so they put it in probably the only spot that made sense. But it's okay. And look, yes, you're right. We do slam Tudor for just being like, especially here in the states, the Black Bay brand, and here they are, they're doing something different. Even though this line, the 1926 line, they've had, it's for, I've had it for a while,
Yeah.
but but the other stuff just doesn't really appeal much to me.
Yeah.
Look, other than the Pelagos, other than like, and the black bays and the different sizes of the black bays, like that, I do like that, and the Chronos I find attractive, even though I probably wouldn't buy it because they just feel like they're just too big. But yeah,
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 it's like there's always one thing off. I remember checking out the Advisor when it was at the authorized dealer, and
yeah, that was
really
a cool
cool. It was just
watch.
huge,
Yeah,
thick. It was heavy and thick, but yeah, really cool watch. And they eliminated that one from their catalog. So
and the Ranger, right? Did they get
yeah, they did the Ranger. Well, I think they still have that. They did the North Flag, of
That's the
course,
thing.
and
I always
other,
flip them
yeah,
around, the flags. Yeah,
other cool things. But yeah. So I mean, they tried something. It's not exactly exciting, but
yeah.
it's yeah, eh.
It's with this one here is just like not enough contrast between the moon and the cloud to me. I mean, I don't know how it is in person, but it just kind of looks like it blends in a little bit.
Yeah, it looks
Anyway,
like an extension of the cloud until
yeah,
it's like you can really tell it's a moon when it gets in the middle.
yeah. Hey, Wilson, what's up? How you doing, sir? Maison saying that would work better if the blanking part of the
Exactly.
moon phase wasn't the color. Right, right.
Yeah.
The date also kills it for
Yeah, put a yellow moon
yeah,
on there. I think it'd look kinda better.
yeah, better, right?
Especially with some of those black and gold versions.
Yeah.
It would look good.
It could have been a big date on the whole, but you know what? They don't really do a big date, do they? Tudor.
Do they on anything?
I
I don't
I I
know.
don't I could be wrong, but I don't recall them doing like a big date. Yeah. But anyway,
They don't
um,
do a date at all on most of their watches.
yeah.
They do on the
Uh,
chronograph, I'm sure.
yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next timepiece. And the next question was, what are your thoughts on Chopik and where are they going? And Fed likes Chopik. He likes the Antarctique watch as we see here, and they started with a huge buzz. I feel like I think Chopik, I think, and I could be wrong. I forget, like Chopik. I mean, had been around, and then maybe got like a new management or a new ownership, and they kind of changed it. I believe that's how it happened. And then you saw like the introduction of the Antarctique and other models. But he says that it started with a huge buzz, and then they releases are slow, and they kind of lost the buzz, and it's not necessarily because of them, but he feels like it's the overall market, overall independent market, and he says that they're here to stay, and he sees them as a mid-level independent in a range more like Moser. Um, yeah, I mean, look, Chopik. I mean, I like Chopik. I We have a couple of people here on the chat who own antiques, and they're interesting timepieces. I feel like, though, speaking of Tudor and the Black Bay brand, I feel like Chopik. I know they have other models. They have the 7 Day manual wine, which is a beautiful watch, the Promenade, but I feel like they're going down the route of being like a one hit wonder here, being the Antarctique brand. Um, and that's just me as a casual observer. Look, I'm not deep in the weeds with this brand, and so um, yeah. I mean, sure, they're here to stay. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, that's fine. I mean, I agree with that, and they're probably at the level of a Moser, like that mid level or high end mid level independent. But yeah, I mean, it's just a fine company. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got no bones to pick with them. What do you think?
I don't know if it's like my algorithm or I just feel like I hear less about them than I did maybe like 2 years ago, but maybe that's just me not getting the information on Instagram and YouTube. I always think they look nice. Like I think that's a beautiful watch. I remember Sanjay reviewing Marcus's when Marcus was
Hmm.
giving a pipeline of really nice watches to review
Yeah,
there for a while. I remember I love that. I love that one. That's so beautiful. And yeah, they do some other. They have some like that one hypnotic looking dial that's really neat, and
yeah,
they have some
Promenade. Yeah,
Moser-ish
yeah,
dials with
hmm,
like that green one. So yeah, they do cool things. I kind of lump them in there with Moser, but yeah, I always think they look really nice. They
yeah.
do some micro rotor stuff. Is that right? They
Um,
do.
maybe.
I
Maybe.
can't
I mean, like,
remember. Yeah.
probably. I mean, like, I
Sometimes all that
just
stuff blurs together.
exactly. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
too well versed on Choppic, although I know,
Yeah.
like, a lot of a lot of people that we know own the timepiece.
The
Um,
bracelets always look nice to me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fine watch. Um, they have one called the. Now that you mention it, I do know
Do they
what you're
still
talking
make
about.
that?
Yeah, they might, but I know the watch that he's talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if I've
Um,
ever seen that one in person.
even even better if someone did a day night moon phase, though I don't know if ALS have that patent. Nice looking Christopher Ward. I wouldn't say no to Chopic, but I just have other things to get first. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Chopic came out with a pretty cool and new antique model today. Oh, did they? Okay. Um, Wolfgang saying Moser is a much bigger brand at the moment. I agree. And as far as I know, Chopic wants to stay around 1,000 watches per year. Yeah,
How many
yeah. Moser.
watches does Moser make a year? Has it gone up? It used to be like what, 3,500? Is it more than that now?
Yeah, if Wolfgang will know, he's pretty buddy with Edward Milan. So gets invited to exclusive parties, and
I do have a Moser Christmas
Switzerland.
sweater.
Oh,
5,000. Okay.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
5,000. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the next topic here. What do you think? This person asked, Fed, what do you think about pairing jewelry with watches? And he is not a big fan. He doesn't think men, should wear jewelry. Now he
Bold
said several,
take.
yeah, I know. He said several times that's just him. And, you do you. That's just it. Very traditional Fed. Not too much with the which I find because I mean I believe he's Italian. I mean I thought the Italians they love their
I know.
jewelry. Uh, if you are
You'd see
going
him
to,
rocking a big gold chain, I feel like.
yeah, totally, the Cuban link style, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, uh, and he says, the only word of advice is if you're going to pair up like a bracelet with your watch or have jewelry and you have a bracelet, like you just be careful of the scratching either way. This watch scratching jewelry scratching the watch. Look, I'm not like I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like like
Mhm.
the whole like bracelet with the watch pairing, kind of weird. Wouldn't do it. But I mean, I don't know if he like specifically like what does he think about rings? I mean, like we're both married guys. I mean, we
Yep.
wear a ring. That's a form of jewelry. I'm not certainly opposed to that,
He probably wouldn't
unless
wear the G-Shock ring I have.
yeah, probably not, right. And I'm not opposed to wearing if I had a necklace, I'd wear it. I mean, my daughter gives me like these little friendship bracelets. What am I gonna say
Yeah.
no? I mean, I know it's not traditionally jewelry, but what am I gonna do? Like, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not I don't wear personally don't wear jewelry. I don't even always wear my wedding band actually.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. You know what I've been watching when I watch sports, I watched I was watching the Tigers game the other night and these players are running around wearing these big huge gold chains.
yeah,
You watch like football
football
games and all the
players,
running
yeah,
backs like, oh,
yeah,
that would drive me crazy. The if they have a cross or something, it's like hitting them
yeah.
in the face when they're running 20 miles per hour. I don't know how those guys play with that
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't get that at all. I don't get
Yeah,
that. I'm with you on that one.
yeah. But yeah,
Um,
I if I see it's an expression, a personal expression. So hey, go for it. If that's what you want to wear, then do it.
Maison, he doesn't wear jewelry. Just not his thing. That's not
Yeah,
to say others shouldn't. Wilson, I always think of style when I think of Fed, and he has his rolling eye emoji. Pinky rings are good. Fed does need a pinky ring. Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I would think he's like chest hair showing, button
Yeah,
shirt halfway.
he's
Miami. He lives in Miami.
Miami. He lives in Miami. Aren't you
Nice
required to wear like a
watch, gold
pinky
chains,
ring?
gold bracelet on the other one, pinky ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on, Fed.
he's not doing it right.
He's not. No, he's not. You're absolutely right. 100%. And finally, we'll talk about this. All right. Hey, is Brigade Tradition or any model worth the money? Would you take it over a Calatrava or an AP dress piece? And first of all, he says, no doubt, Brigade over any AP dress piece, full stop. He says full stop a couple times in this video. And this particular segment. And he believes that the pre-owned tradition offers a ton of value for half the price of a Calatrava. At MSRP, he still will go with the Calatrava for the value proposition. But if you are a season collector and you're okay with pre-owned, he says Breguet all the way, and I totally agree. I think people are still sleeping on this. Watch collectors alike. I have a couple friends here who have Breguet, have the Breguet tradition. They love that watch. It's just an amazing timepiece, and the pre-owned value. I mean, like you cannot beat it, especially when you're comparing to some of these other timepieces. What do you think, Clayton?
Yeah, I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah,
I think it's
amazing, right?
super cool. Yep, I think if I had the option, I would definitely go Breguet over those other 2 brands. Like, I just think more of their watches are kind of more my thing, and obviously the
Hmm.
history and
Yeah,
the value,
yeah.
you can do pretty well getting them pre-owned. So yeah, I mean, underrated brand that I worry about with the way Swatch Group is going. Um, I think we watched a video a while back about what might happen with the future of Breguet. Will they go independent at some point? Will they break away from Swatch Group? Because I'm not sure they fit what the what the Hayeks want to do
Yep.
with Swatch Group in general and all those brands. So I don't know. I hope in 5-10 years they're still around.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. They'll find a way. I mean, this brand's not gonna.
Hope
I
they're
mean,
thriving. I hope they're
yeah,
thriving. They'll
right.
be
That's the
around,
question.
but yeah,
Yeah, are
what
they going to be
state
on
will
life
they be in?
support?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um, Fed could rock a Cuban chain.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah.
I like Fed's take on Breguet versus Patek, Calatrava, and AP. He worked for Breguet at some point. I know he worked for Piaget. I don't know
He
if he
worked for
worked for
Piaget for
yeah
sure. Yeah.
yeah and Vempe.
Cartier maybe too?
Yeah, I'm not sure about Cartier. I know he worked for Vempe, and I know he worked for Piaget.
Yeah.
Um, but he might have worked for Cartier and Breguet, for all I know. Wayman says I'll be all over that Breguet, of course. Calatrava is dull. It's a strong take. I mean, like, it's classic, beautiful
That new one they released this
timepiece.
year is
Oh yeah, with the
definitely my
blackout
favorite one. Yeah.
indices and
Yeah.
hands. Yeah, that's a great one.
Normally,
Um,
I'd agree with the being kinda dull, but that not that one.
yep. All right, man. Hey, look, let's move on to the next topico, and that is Harvard Business Review. You need to be bored, and here's why. A
Uh,
little
yeah,
off topic, watch topic, but hey, we welcome this. We love
and
talking off
and we can
topic
steer
stuff.
it back to watches as well.
Yeah.
Lately, I've just been feeling and I wasn't inspired by any watch videos this week. This
Mm.
one, I kind of identified with. I've been feeling like kinda really just attached to my phone. I've been noticing it, like, and he says in here, and we'll get to it, when I do have, like, a spare 15 seconds, I just look at my phone, I doom scroll, all of a sudden 2 hours go by, and it's mostly about watches, so I think that may be where the connection can come in. But, yeah, something a little different that I really, sort of resonated with this week, and instead of just talking about, um, you know, 5 brands you should never buy or something like that. I figured I'd go a little different direction because I almost picked that one, but I went with this one instead. All right, you need to be bored. You will have less meaning and be more depressed if you are never bored. Boredom is essential. There's a good side of boredom. Boredom is not being occupied cognitively. It switches over our thinking system to use a part of our brain that's called the default mode network. It's a bunch of structures in our brain that switch on when we have nothing else to think about. So you forget your phone and you're sitting at a light, for example. That's when your default mode network goes on. We don't like it. We do not like being bored. He says that a few different times in this video. He and his colleague did at Harvard. He works at Harvard. He's a doctor at Harvard. He and his colleague did experiments where people had to sit in a room and do nothing for 15 minutes. There was nothing to do in the room either, except there was a button in front of them that they could push that would give them an electrical shock. They had the choice: sit there, be bored, or shock themselves. A majority of the participants gave themselves the shock. They chose shocking themselves over boredom. Yeah, again, we do not like being bored because the default mode network makes us think about uncomfortable things. Your mind wanders, and you may ponder the meaning of your own life. Like, what are you doing with your life? What the hell am I doing with my life? You don't want to think about those things. Asking these questions of ourselves, though, is a good thing and important, and we should do it. The reason there is such an explosion of depression and anxiety today in this country is because people don't know the meaning of their lives, and we're not even looking. We found a way to eliminate boredom. We have found a way to shut off the default mode network, and it's our phone, right? We take it out of our pockets when we may only have 15 seconds to kill, right? You're like at a stoplight or something, or yeah, I grab it. I do it all the time and I hate it. And I've recently been aware of it. And I'm like a zombie. And this video I saw it the other day and I was like, "Oh man, this I need to watch this right now. I got to make some freaking changes." Um you're trying not to be bored so you can avoid those deep questions. I don't know if that's why I'm not trying to be bored, but I think the dopamine hit is
Mm,
of a message maybe, or notification. I'm posting something maybe so I can get the dopamine hit of a notification. um, so yeah, we're trying to avoid the deep questions from the default mode network, and that's a problem. He says, if you pull out your phone every time you are slightly bored, it's harder to find meaning, and it's a recipe for depression and anxiety, a sense of hollowness. These are all through the roof in today's society, especially with younger people. You need to be bored. Next time you go to the gym, don't take your phone. Have you done something like this recently? Like go somewhere for an hour and not take your phone? Outside of like a parental emergency or something that
yeah.
that there's anxiety there. But yeah, next time you go to the gym, don't take your phone. Can you handle it? Not listening to music, just being in your head. He promises you will have interesting ideas. Commute with nothing, not even the radio. I'm pretty good at that. Sometimes I do that when I drive around all day. So sometimes I go for long periods of time without anything. I might be looking at my phone, but there's no music or podcast playing. Start getting better with the 15 plus minute periods of boredom and watch your life change for the better. If you get better at boredom, you'll be less bored in relationships and at your job. You'll start digging into the biggest questions in your life: purpose, meaning. If you learn to be bored, you may just be happier. And he's asked if he takes his own medicine. He said, yes, he does. He has a no device policy after 7 p.m. He doesn't sleep with the phone. He and the family put the phones away at dinner time. He does social media and screen cleanses. Um, and he said it's hard at first, but it calms down. And he recommends everybody do these protocols and just shut off your phone. Now, I want to ask if I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling like I'm tethered to my phone 24/7, but also, is this true in watch collecting? Like, the dopamine hit, do we just not want to be bored so we constantly like buy new things? That kind of boredom can get expensive, and I think that's probably true. So maybe I just need to be bored and wear my watches, because that's kind of boring compared to
Yeah.
having something on the way or hunting for something. Like just wearing them is the
Mm,
boring part of watch collection in many ways, right? So I thought maybe we can tie it to watch collecting, but I just thought it was interesting, and I think I do need to make some lifestyle
mm.
changes when it comes to my phone and being on it so much.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I mean, like in regards to like watches, I think maybe like a few years ago, like anytime I had spare time, I was looking something up. I was looking up a watch or anything watch related.
I do that all the I'm still
Yeah,
doing that all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so much anymore for me. But like I would say, like like from like 2019 to through 2022, 2023, it was definitely a good three
Yeah.
4 years of that. Any spare moment, watch videos, watch articles. I was consuming a lot of watch content. In general, um, yeah, I mean, like I am fully aware of like my addiction to my phone,
Yeah.
and I know I am, and I hate it as well. And it's almost like it's like instinctual to grab my phone from my pocket when I have that spare 15 seconds to look up, something on Instagram, or like or the price of Bitcoin, or like whatever message I just got in from text, or whatever, needing to respond to whatever I need to respond immediately, right? So I'm fully aware of that, and I like the idea of just trying to like shut it off for like at least 15 minutes. Look, I'm commuting now, right? Again, and it's about a little bit over an hour each way, and maybe slowly start like not listening or watching or hear or whatever podcast or music. Although that to me, let me dial it back a little bit. I feel like listening to music, right, is not necessarily a sign of boredom or trying to stay away from boredom boredom. It's more I think when I listen to music, right?
Yeah, I do too.
So
Yep.
it's not like I'm like thinking about the song and singing the song, like, even though I am at times, but I'm also like it helps me think about other things. Listening to podcasts, I started getting into that a little bit more seriously lately, and it's a good time to listen to it in the car. And a lot of them podcasts, one podcast I listen to, Moonshots. It's called Moonshots, and it's about AI. Another, some doctor stuff, like about like longevity or like that kind of stuff, or exercise. I'll listen to that too, and I don't think that's me hiding from boredom. I think that's me trying to like learn something and help formulate my thoughts about something or a feeling that I have, right?
Yeah.
So that to me is just okay. That's a little bit pushing it too far, but like,
Do you finish all those podcasts all the way through?
um, not necessarily in one sitting,
Yeah.
but I try to.
I
But
feel like I almost channel surf with them, and that's where I'm again
mm,
like it's boredom.
yeah,
It's like I don't know what I'm chasing. I'm just like I also have ADHD, so I get
yeah,
easily distracted. But yeah, I have a bunch of like unfinished podcasts because I just like it's almost like changing the channel with the remote.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe, and maybe at some point I will get like that, with podcasts. But like right now, like I'm just like consuming that. I think the main thing here that I got from this is that I'm not living in the moment as much.
Yep.
And maybe not related to boredom per se, but related to more of the addiction of having the phone with me and trying to like, stimulate myself that way. That I'm not just in the moment. I'm not sitting watching my kids do karate or or whatever, like like at the park, and they're like running around and I'm just like on my phone like this, like, you know what I mean, like, so like, yeah, I am fully aware of it. um I will say that I am lucky that for like a good 35 to 40 years in my life, this wasn't a thing, smartphone per se. I mean, I know maybe smartphones, I don't know how long they've been around, but like, so like, fortunately, I think my brain did fully develop the right way, right?
Right. Yeah.
But what I fear is my kids, right?
Yeah.
And like what that's going to be like. And we
They don't
try
know
to,
any other way.
yeah, I mean, they don't have phones right now. I mean, they're too
Right.
young for that. And we try to limit as much as we can screen time. They go to a school where there's no screens. Some of their, soccer mates, who go to public school, I mean, they're on screens at school.
Yeah.
And so like, we just, try to limit that. And yeah, man, I mean, this is like a serious thing. This is like a health issue.
Yeah. My wife was we were talking tonight, I told her I wanted to cover this video, and she was, saying I think it's her coworker's husband is, like, a principal at a
Hmm.
school, and they have the no screen thing. I think they put them in the bags or whatever they do, and, he said, this might be the first year they've instituted it, and he said lunchtime is amazing because you can it's loud again. There was a while there where it was quiet 'cause, there
Wow.
everyone was on their phone and people are actually talking to each other again, which is great. I remember, oh, who the oh, Eddie Trunk, do you know him? He's like a rock and roll
Yeah.
commentator. Yep. He went to I think it's Ghost is implementing that. They have those yonder bags where everyone that goes in the show has to put their phone in the bag. They have like a no phone policy. He's like, "It
Ah,
was really cool. Everybody was actually talking to each other. You could hear it, and it was audible, and during when they were playing, everyone was in the moment enjoying instead of videotaping it
yeah.
or, videoing it with their phone that they're never gonna watch again." Which is why not just watch it? So he's like, "It's really cool." It was like a throwback to seeing shows 20 years ago when nobody had phones out and everybody had lighters instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of cool because I think people are realizing, even younger people sometimes are realizing, and that's why you see a lot of young people not with or Apple watches, but with like the old retro Casio watches. I see so many young kids wearing like the A168 and the F91Ws. Like I think kids are a little burned out on it too, but they don't know any other way. We at least
Yeah.
remember what it's like to not be on our phones all the time and actually think. I still like to think I do have having the podcast as a creative outlet and thinking of ideas. I have not done Chat GPT for podcast ideas, and I hope I never ever do that because I still, it's creatively stimulating. Whatever. I think of a bunch of things all day long because I'm with dogs and can't necessarily be on my phone all the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I worry about kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, like, it's just the new normal. And hopefully, at least with my kids, they can just not necessarily form an addiction, because it is like it's crazy, man. Like when I go to we have like soccer practice and maybe there's a younger kid whose brother or sister's playing on our team and they're just with their parents and the kid has their phone just
Yeah.
watch whatever for like the whole time. And that to me is crazy. That to me is, I mean, like, I'm not judging. I know having kids is hard. You know what I mean? Like, and just like, again, a moment, it's a piece, and you have to give them the phone, just like so you can have a moment of peace before
Right.
you like snap or whatever. I get that, man. I totally get that. I wish there was another way, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, listen, look, I love the topic. I love the fact that we talked about something that not
Yeah,
necessarily
I wanted to
related.
talk about something else tonight,
Eh,
and this one. So how about boredom and watches? Do you think you could go like a long time without making any moves? Like maybe apply that 15 plus minute rule with, or maybe going to the gym and skipping the phone. Do you think
mm,
you could
keeping track.
do no like a boring watch collecting stage, like maybe 2 months of making no moves?
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't have
I've
to be
done
a
that.
year or it doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
crazy New Year's resolution or anything, but do you think maybe you think that would calm down the anxiety or the maybe it's even like halfway good stress or something, but it's real money that we're talking
mm,
about too that we maybe lose when we sell. So do you think like a period of boredom and watch collecting would be good for you or
yeah.
yeah,
I've been kind of living through that. I mean, like although recently, I picked up a couple of citizens, but like I've definitely slowed it down.
yeah,
And the fact that I'm like interested in some other things has really pulled me away from the watch you know collecting kind of mindset.
yeah,
I still love watches. I still love talking about watches, but I'm just not you know I'm not like a compulsive obsessive about it, as I once was. So I do probably would probably benefit for a little bit, longer stretches of time because I do get caught up then, for a short time. Like, if I, hang out with you guys or, talk to you guys about watches and I get like the frenzy comes back up again.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but you seem to like, I feel like you have a good control over
Mm,
that. Like I mean, like maybe okay, well maybe now, maybe, and then I
yeah,
don't know. I just feel
getting
like
better. It's a work in
yeah,
progress.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think
But
I go through periods too where I get distracted by other things that I'm interested in, and the watches are on the back burner. They're
yeah,
always kind of there, but then other periods, like when new releases come or when a watch I obsess over, then I start like becoming solely focused on it. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. But I would say it's not like you. I don't think it's constant anymore for
yeah,
sure. Like it definitely has slowed down a little bit to a
yeah. Just
healthy. I think to a healthy place.
I just find myself getting addicted. I mean, like for a while like there, I was like, I was all about guitars.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And so like I just go from one thing to another, and I don't know, like I'm not getting better per se. I'm just not maybe not as focusing so much on watches, but I'm focusing on something else. So I don't know if that's like healthy, you
right.
know,
I think it's just.
or
I
not.
think it's good to be curious about things, and I think as long as you're being responsible financially with it, because guitars are also very expensive. Uh, Like, I'm getting into, I don't know, I'm way into running right now, and I've always kind of been, but like have a race every weekend. It seems coming up, and like I'm doing some volunteering at the Boston has the same group that puts on the Boston Marathon is doing a half marathon in November. I'm volunteering at a water station. So getting more like involved with my running club. And it's come out of like, because I feel like I'm just a lump on my couch on my phone all the time. So I'm trying to like get out there and live a little bit. So that's been rewarding and fun. And that's not very expensive. I get in all these races for free because I pace them. So that's good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm tired all the time, but so yeah, I guess I'm putting my energy into other things too.
Von Cruel saying I'm the type who goes all in with things, and I've done it with watches. After that surge of learning and trying watches out, uh, I'm happy for a slower pace. Yeah,
Yep.
slow and steady wins the race, as they
I feel
say.
like there are some people who just never slow down and
Yeah,
just it's like, man, how do you
I know.
do
They're
that?
machines. They're machines.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We know people
yeah,
like that. But hey, there's different circumstances. Like I got a couple of kids, and they're getting older, and they are demanding, more time, which is fine, and money, which is, part of the deal, right?
yeah,
So like, I can't like, um, feed the hobby like I used to back in the day. Scuba diving is a great distraction for watches, but if you factor in all the travel costs, it only saves you a little bit of money.
right.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Any thoughts on the 4 new moon watches? Yeah, I don't know. They're too expensive.
Where's that one?
Oh, that
Sorry.
right above that one. Right above Von Cruel. Go up one more.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah. The new dark sides that were released
Oh
yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They don't yeah, they're nice enough, but I mean a regular Speedmaster is 9K, so I knew these ones were gonna be
Mm.
a lot. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, Omega, those prices, man, are just getting
Yeah.
astronomical.
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
don't know.
hard. It's hard. It's going to be hard to buy new Omega.
Yeah.
Not like sourcing it, but to actually go ahead and buy it.
Right. Yeah.
Um, which is a shame because I mean, like I'm not saying that Omega was ever affordable per se, but I mean it was compared to other luxury brands.
Achievable.
Yeah,
Achievable.
yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
And you could buy a couple, right?
Yeah.
Like now, like it's gonna be like Rolex, where like most people, if they can afford a Rolex, will only have like one Rolex and that'll be it. You know,
I mean,
but
a young guy who is maybe his dad had one, or he liked, the story of the moon watch. I mean, yeah, even a few years ago, I mean, they were like $6,600. Not necessarily affordable, but if you
Mhm,
saved and were
mhm,
dedicated to saving for it, it's achievable. And maybe you could even get a discount on it. But now, I mean, 9K is a lot, and I
yeah,
don't know what discounts are, but man, it's not so attainable anymore
yeah, and those
for
multiple price hikes that happen like almost like
yeah.
in a row, like every year, like it went from
By the time you save, what it did cost, you need to save an extra 2 grand.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
uh,
bananas, it's
kind of a
bananas.
shame, yeah.
Kind of shame, and I think I mean like th- Omega pulls a lot of weight for that Swatch organization. I guess like they're just trying to monetize it more, see what they
Yeah,
get away with. You know what I mean? But typically, like these guys don't walk back their prices, right? So like
no,
once they're up to this price, it's never going to come back down, even though like the demand like is not there. And I don't know what and you mentioned like I don't know what their discount policy is anymore with brands and boutiques and what with the brand and boutiques because for a while there we were here they weren't discounting anything, especially on the Speedmasters,
mhm.
and maybe 10% on others. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, they may just yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Omega. I feel like Omega's
I feel
gonna be
like
a
they're gonna
brand
be in
that
some trouble here. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna drop in that, Morgan Stanley report too, I think at least AP is gonna pass them and possibly Patek. I mean, gosh, who's gonna pass they could be, like, 5th.
yeah.
It's, yeah.
Do you think this brings back a surge in micro brands?
Um, it could. I mean, I think there's some popular ones right now. I just think they have to do micro brands that just have to do more interesting things.
Mhm.
Like a lot of them are just like yeah, Jody's brand there the other day released that like gosh, another derivative GMT. Like, do we really need
Yeah.
another one of those? Like,
Yeah.
do some. I think like Dennison and other brands are kind of catching on right now, so it might. And American micro brands too, since with the whole tariff situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think there are some cool micro brands out there. So hopefully they just keep innovating.
Andrew Morgan just did an interesting video called "Rip Off Pricing in Luxury Watches." Used Rolex as the main example discussing pricing might be a good watch soup discussion.
Hmm.
Um,
I missed that one.
I missed that one, but maybe we can still just do it next week. Who cares if
Yeah,
it's 2 weeks
yeah,
old? Omega used to be competitive with Tudor. Now it's kind of where they should stay. That's kind of where they should stay. Yeah.
yeah.
But even like, Tudor prices are kind of going up, right?
I
Um,
think Tudor went up a couple $100. Yeah, I was talking to Keith. He went and tried on a Black Bay 58, and then he went back 2 weeks later, and it was like $200 more. So yeah, I think they went up a couple $100.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
just bananas, man. Just
they're
bananas.
getting up there too. I think he said we were talking the other day. I think he said like they're 43.50 now for a Black Bay 58.
That's crazy.
Seems high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although 43, I mean, like, I feel like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, they were like in the 3,800 range.
yeah,
That's like 500 bucks. I mean, like, compared to like other things that have been inflated or gotten inflated in the last couple of years. I mean, if I'm remembering like that price correctly, that shouldn't be that bad. That's not that bad,
right.
you
Well,
know?
I talked about how when did I buy it? 21 or 22. The No Time to Die was 9,600. Now it's 11,300.
Mm,
Same exact watch. So yeah, I mean, when you compare it that way, it's not bad.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's well, close to like 20%.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's just the pricing is nuts, and I just don't see it. Like I said before, they don't. It's not like eggs go up in price and then they come back down in price.
yeah,
It, they just they go up. These watches will go up, and then that's it, man. I mean, they're not coming back. They're not going to lower that
yeah.
MSRP. They just never do
Watches
that.
ain't coming back down. Even if the
Yeah,
tariff situation sort of gets
yeah,
straightened out, they're not coming. They're not coming
yeah.
back down.
And that's and that
Hopefully
and
they
if
level off. Hopefully
yeah,
that's the best we can hope for, I think.
but if those tariffs like come down, right? I mean, if they go from like 39 to like 10 or 15. I mean, Omega doesn't change their prices. I mean, Omega's in trouble
Yeah. Yep.
here
Yep.
in the U.S. anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if those price hikes have been global. I think
Yeah.
maybe just US.
All right, dude.
All right, man.
Yep. You have a good one. We did it again, right? We
Yeah,
we, we
we
got
did it.
through it. We got it.
Yeah, maybe we'll cover that video next week.
The Andrew Morgan. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Chat. Thank you so much. Hey, some of you guys on the chat. I'll see you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, safe travels
And
everybody.
yeah, and Clayton, have a great weekend.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I'll
you
see
too.
you next week, buddy.
Okay.
All
Take
right.
care, guys.
Take care,
Safe
guys.
travels to New York. Have fun.
Good night.